Next up, of course, was also on gold. Another very similar situation, right? Except this time, rather than buying those lows, we saw excessive sellers, strong green pace of the tape, momentum confirming the downside, right? Everything made sense here to keep going down with the sellers. Short-term trend is down. We have your low of day here, right? We get the low of day, and the previous low of day is right there as well. We break below, come around, break below that swing low. 6.4 was your fill. This, of course, was a breaker pattern short at the low of day. Now, keep in mind, guys, we talked about this today in the live trade room. A breaker pattern that then fails will then look for a two-step pattern back to the upside. And you can see that's exactly what happened here. Okay, the breaker pattern, you'll notice there simply wasn't a lot of follow-through, right? You can see right here. That's where our trade went. It went and gave us our +4, but it didn't give us anything else. And then once we see the buyers step back in, the sellers, of course, are distracted. The sellers have run out of gas right now. The buyers step back in. They break above that swing high, and there's your two-step pattern long. All right, guys. The first trade we took, though, on the gold, 6.4 was the fill. +4, 2 off there. We got bounced out at the stop at +4 as well. Kind of an oddball bounce there, but we got +4 as well. So 2 off at 4. 2 off at 4, that's 16 ticks or 160 USD. So a pretty good trade there. Didn't get very much movement out of it, but we had some pretty good money off it. And then keep an eye on that two-step pattern long back to the opposite direction. Keep moving, guys. 2 more here on crude. Next up at 10:13 here on crude oil. Okay, now, of course, just after the 10 o'clock news, we had, was it home sales and consumer confidence today. So 10 o'clock news came out. We waited for 10 o'clock to pass us by. Short-term trend now is up. Again, symbol here is CL. This is $10 per tick. We're going to break above the resistance level here, guys, at 74.78. We make our swing high. We break above that swing high. Nice big winner there on the crude oil. +4, +8, and then we trail our stop to lock in +9. 2 off at 4, 1 off at 8, 1 off at 9, 25 ticks, $10 per tick. That's 250 USD. So a nice big winner there. That was our biggest win of the day today here, guys, and a very simple pattern that made you 250 USD on only one trade. Next up was, of course, still on crude here. Only about 45 minutes later at 10:50 here now. Same pattern, guys. Very easy pattern here. Short-term trend is down. You can tell that by looking at the slope of that trigger line here. We're going to break through the previous open here at 74.66. We break below 74.60, right, the support level. We then mark up our swing low. We break below that swing low, and there's your breaker pattern short. Same pattern, guys. The previous trade was a breaker pattern long. Here's a breaker pattern short. Very easy pattern to see, guys. And notice we didn't see any follow through here, right? This was a red flag we saw towards the end of the morning. And we knew we saw this morning, guys. We knew the lunchtime was setting in. We knew the end of the day was coming in a little bit earlier than expected. The lack of follow through. And what that means is when we see a trade set up, right, how long does that move go? Is it only going 2 inches or is it going 2 miles, right? Is it going 2 ticks or 200 ticks? Now, you can see here, we have a significant lack of follow through here because it comes down, it bounces back up, bounces again, and then heads back to the upside here. Okay, so we should have been seeing this thing push all the way through, right? I mean, that's what got us into the trade. We should have, of course, with the big sellers, we should have been going all the way to the downside there. Didn't happen that way. The sellers ran out of gas. The buyers stepped in and protected the lows there. That's what we call no follow through. So now no follow through means I'm not getting that big extension. The moves aren't moving very far, which means I'm going to have to be careful now as I keep trading. Now, we knew, of course, this late in the morning, 10:50, right? Any other day we'd be fine, but on a Friday, long weekend, 10:50, now it's time to be a little more cautious here. So we watched closely to see how the crude oil looked the rest of the morning. We didn't take anything else today on crude. We locked up our 12 ticks there, guys, +4, +2, right? 2 off at 4, 2 off at 2. That's going to be 12 ticks or 120 USD. And then finally here on gold, we had one more trade here. Now, guys, this is another great example of how effective our trading is. We can trade a 4-range chart, a 1-minute chart. I can trade a 60-minute chart, right? Here's a 60-minute chart, guys, an hourly chart. All right, now whether you want to be a scalper or a day trader or a position trader or a swing trader, guys, these methods, I've been saying it for years now, these methods are universal. They will work on any market, any time frame, guys. Here's another great example of that. We grabbed a short, a 2-step pattern here, guys, off a 60-minute chart. Right, guys? We don't need to be a fast, go day trader, guys. We can let these things set up nice and relaxed, take as long as we need. This one took about an hour and a half set up here, guys. But when we saw the 1206.1 level, that was our entry for our two-step pattern short. Nice, big, broad move to the downside. And then you can see here, once we broke below that 12.6 level here, right? 12.6 was my entry here short on a two-step on a 60-minute chart. I then come over to my 4 range chart here, right? My 4 range chart to manage my trades, or of course to look for some potential support or resistance. Now in this case, you can see here, it was the end of the morning, right? 11 o'clock, 11:15. So we had a couple key things that were kind of playing into our decision here to take our profit at plus 10 ticks. As you can see, we covered half our position at plus 10, and then I got stopped out at my entry minus 1. Okay, so it could have been a much bigger trade. We got 20 ticks out of it, obviously, 24 ticks out of it. All right, at 11:15 on gold, two-step pattern short, 059 was the fill. We took our plus 10, took 2 off there, move our stop down to entry minus 1, and we got stopped at our entry at 5.8. Now, this trade could have been a much bigger trade, obviously, but we had a couple reasons why we decided to take this profit off early. The first reason was because it was late in the morning. I wasn't prepared to hold this trade the rest of the morning, guys, the rest of the day today. Not prepared for it. Okay, the second thing was when we saw the 4.0, right, 1204 half, 1204.2, what do we see? We saw speed just die, right? No more speed. And then the last thing we saw was we noticed that at 1204 half, there was a trend line there. Okay, now that trend line was actually the top of a sideways range, right? I'm sorry, a downward channel. Okay, so this trend line here on gold was actually a channel that gold was trading down into. So the bottom of that, the top of this channel was a great place. We saw speed slowing down. We were trying to find a place to take some profit, so we made some money, but I didn't want to hold this thing the rest of the day today because I'm, of course, leaving for vacation this afternoon. So I couldn't hold it the rest of the morning, but I wanted to make sure we took profit where it was, of course, appropriate, which was at this low of day, the trend line, and of course we saw the speed slow down. So we took 24 ticks out of the market there, guys. Total it all up, everybody. 98 ticks, 980 USD, guys. Another huge day in the live trade room. Let's prep for next Wednesday. Now remember, guys, we are closed next Monday. Our sales and support team is open on Tuesday, but the trade room will not be reopened until Wednesday, June 2nd. Okay, so next Wednesday, after the long weekend, we'll be coming back to you guys live trade room. We have 7:45 a.m. same store sales, 10 o'clock new home sales, and next Wednesday, as always, guys, we do our members training. Okay, so 11:30 next Wednesday for members training. All right, let's recap. So Monday we're closed. Tuesday we're closed. Now the sales and support desk is open on Tuesday, right? Sales, schooltrade.com, 800-381-2084, and then we'll see you guys back here next Wednesday at 7:45 a.m. Guys, don't forget, guys, our sales team is standing by. If you guys have any questions about membership, the beginner's course is perfect for all you new traders out there. We go over the routine, our method of trading, our markets, our indicators, our patterns, our rules, and then don't forget, in the advanced course, we're going to show you how to use those tools. All right, guys? So check out the beginner's course. Don't be afraid to contact our sales team for more information about the advanced course. And guys, I'm going to head to Mexico. We'll see you guys live from Mexico. Right? A couple days from now, we'll touch back in, and we'll reopen our trade room on Wednesday morning. My name is Joseph James. Call me Joe. Call me JJ. Don't call me late for that next DX pattern, though, guys. Unfortunately, missed the day. 98 ticks. What a huge month, huge week. And we'll see you guys back here on Wednesday morning. Have a great weekend, guys. Happy holidays. Be safe out there. Bye-bye for now.